jail. Whoever thought it would have become a tourist attraction. And just last month, we had a reunion, a return of the surviving members of the largest mass arrest of rabbis in American history. And they came, some of them on walkers, and it was a terribly moving experience. If you go over at the end on that corner, the letter that they wrote from the St. Augustine jail was signed by the rabbis who came back, and you can get a view of it over there on one of those easels. And I chuckle every time I drive down King Street here. You know, King Street around the plaza used to be a truly dreadful place. It was all about slavery and Confederate worship. And now it's turned into a virtual civil rights alley. There's a Freedom Trail marker on the old Woolworths building honoring the Florida Memorial students who conducted the first sit-in there in 1960, and the St. Augustine Four who were arrested there in 1963. There is the beautiful monument to the foot soldiers across from it, and the footsteps of Andrew Young cast in bronze in the plaza. And there is that wonderful mural in the wall in the front window of what's now the Wells Fargo Bank, showing Dr. Haley lecturing the governor of Florida in 1965 about what was happening in St. Augustine. So it has truly made a change for the better in our downtown area. Now, we have not been without honors this year. Reverend C.T. Vivian, who spoke at our second Freedom Trail Luncheon, one of the leaders of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, recently received the Presidential Medal of Freedom, our nation's highest civilian award, and he is about to turn 90 at the end of this month, so please send your good wishes his way. And of course, many of you traveled to Tallahassee recently when Dr. Robert Haling was inducted along with James Weldon Johnson and A. Philip Randolph into the Florida Civil Rights Hall of Fame. And from now on, whenever school tour groups go into the Capitol and they turn down towards the governor's office, the first thing they're going to see is Dr. Haling up there on the wall with the other heroes of the civil rights movement. No one group or organization has done all of this work, or all of the work that we see during this 50th year. We have a wonderful exhibit at the Visitor Center, which will be there until July 15th. If you haven't been there yet, please make a point of getting there. We have a city ceremony this afternoon at the Foot Soldiers Monument at 3:30. We have a ribbon cutting at Dr. Haling's old dental office at 3 o'clock, so that St. Augustine will no longer be disgraced as the only one of the major battlefield cities of the civil rights movement that does not have a civil rights museum. As of 3 o'clock this afternoon, we will have one. It's small, it's a start. As Dr. King says, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So come and participate in this single step. That have been done in the past year, they should not be like Cinderella's carriage, which turned into a pumpkin at midnight, but they should become part of the permanent presentation of St. Augustine's history. I, for the life of me, could never understand why St. Augustine spent so much time honoring a mass murderer named Pedro Menendez and so little time honoring the tremendous heroes who changed America and inspired the world. So let us take that as part of our responsibility as history teachers at large to the world. And I can see the tour train rides of the future in this city not going from pirates to ghosts to wineries or whatever, but going from the Lincolnville Museum and the old Excelsior School by the Civil Rights Museum and on up to Fort Mose, the pioneer free black settlement of our country. So let's this be the occasion and what we will carry on from here. Thank you all for coming.